right, beautiful people worldwide. Now with open eye and clear conscience, now say welcome una come on top the portmanteau today. No let them deceive you, as I dey always dey talk. This one na that program where get the mind to chook mouth for all the matters where other programs them not dey fit chook mouth put. And as na dey say am na me una top pikin, that fine proud Benin boy Osagiato, where all of una dey call talk. Na just still sit down here. So today the show go heavy, it go thick, because the guest where we carry come the show today na person where really get liver, where get mind to talk about the matter where we want discuss on top the show today. Right from time we do always try to avoid this matter where concern gender equality or no gender equality, gender in short gender based matter. We dey try to avoid them, but as it can't be say we dey celebrate Men's Week, Men's Month, Men's Day. That is why we say, okay, make we carry this oga call, make we come talk about men on top the program this time around. If we now look at our society now, the way society don't come take reconstruct and redirect and redesign men destiny. Man come like say man not come be man again. Man come dey confused for the society. I remember those days when we dey grow up. If you hear an Igbo woman dey address her husband, she go call am nine. You understand? The man head go dey swell up to do things for him family. Go dey sweet am. You know when Yoruba people too they call their husband that year, you go dey hear balelewa. That is if the man gets more than one wife. But if now one wife he marry, you go dey hear balele me. Some go even push am forward. They go say olowori mi. Oh God, that time men hair go dey swell up. You understand? My Benin people, if they call their husbands that time, you go dey hear odomenuwa. Oh Jesus, see goosebumps for my body. Odomenuwa, that is my word, my only one and only husband. Men head go dey swell up. Anything the woman asks, even before she asks, then go do give am. You know, even our Hausa people, when they won't call their husbands, they go say megida. The man go really know say in a the real megida, in go dey act, behave and do as megida inside house. So when that era come pass, we come enter the era of where they call men different sweet names: sweetheart, honey, sugar, MD, my dear, MI. You know that era now. Come like say men come begin they lose guard because of those sweet names where they call men. Now that one I of blessed memory, Orlando, Julius. Now he see where he sing ṣebóhun tí mo fẹ́ jẹ ṣóhun ni ò jẹ́ ń gbọ́n chai pè mí lórúkọ kò fà mí nírun mú àníṣe ṣebóhun tí mo fẹ́ jẹ ṣóhun ni ò jẹ́ ń gbọ́n àníṣe pè mí lórúkọ kò fà mí nírun gbọ́n. Where they don't call you sugar, honey, and nothing where they ask you where you no go give you. That time now you go come see woman when they want ask something from husband, they go use question. They ask something, they will say, honey, don't you think it's time to change my car? Honey, don't you think it's time for me to go on a trip? Honey, don't you think it's time for me to change my wardrobe? That time even still good. That time good. After that time come pass, we can't enter the era where they call men baby. Where they don't conquer men with honey, sugar, now they start to call men baby. You understand? That time they categorize you among children for house. When children they prepare to go school in the morning, they go carry food flask, give them, carry water bottle, give them. As a man, when you two want go work in the morning, they go package water bottle, give you, package food flask, give you. When children come back from school in the afternoon, you go see the madam of the house go say, oh yeah, children, go and wash your water bottle and your food flask so that you can take food to school tomorrow. When Oga to come from office, go, yeah, big baby, you better go and wash your food flask now before. Oh loco, Jesus lay. You know that era when they call men baby, that time when woman want ask something from you, you go here, baby, I think I it's time for me to change my car. now she call dey think for you now. Go, yeah, baby, I think it's time for me to change my wardrobe. Baby, I think it's time for me to go on a trip. Now they call dey think for you because they know say you don't become baby. You can't think for yourself anymore. Oh, I hope say I don't go enter problem with this matter where I enter. So that era of baby still dey okay. Now when we go enter the era of babe, oh look, now that one I call tough pass. You go dey hear where they go dey call full mature man babe. You go see how you go dey tell them, is this the kind of car your mates buy for their wives? Oh Jesus. You go here, is this the kind of clothes your mates buy for their wives? La. You go there, is this the kind of country your mates sponsor their spouse to? They're not even going to use wife again. They're going to use spouse. Is this the kind of country your mates sponsor their spouse to? Can't turn man to something else. If man talk too much, they go say to talk. If he waka too much, they go say no sabi waka. If sit down too much, they go say na lazy man. If he stand too much, they go say are you a NEPA pole? They can't just put man for undecisive position where we say man can't lose color, man can't lose shape, man can't lose taste, man can't even lose aura, for the society of today. So that this one I will see and make we say we go carry this man come. May come tell us wetin men of today supposed to dey do to regain their color, regain their stand, and regain their real identity as a man for society. Abeg make I not talk too much. They don dey collect coffee. Make I rush collect coffee as everybody dey collect am. So when I come back, and then I'll come introduce our guest giver.
Welcome to Zaki for Men Only. We are a brand and redefined bespoke wares for men. We are a brand with a total difference in fashion. Our clients' fashion sense and satisfaction is our utmost priority. We specialize in executive tailoring, wedding suits, ethnic fashion, casuals, and accessories. For bookings and inquiries, 08028612610. Instagram, Zaki4Men Only. Facebook page, Zaki4Men Only.
All right, our people, now welcome back again. This na still the portmanteau today. That program where we dey tell you now say they get in mind to chook mouth for all the matters where other programs them not dey fit chook mouth put. I tell you now before I go collect my coffee just now, say our guest don dey inside our studio here, and that guest now that person where I really want carry come because the way where society they treat men these days, it dey be like say men now come they lose their position as men, whether because of fear, because of fright, or because of I won't put am now, because of lack of direction. Because the way society now come dey do men now, come make men come dey confused as to wetin dem really be or wetin dem supposed to dey do for society. Do this one, they say you no sabi do. Carry this one, they say you no sabi carry. You talk, they say your voice too hard. You do this as a man, they say man now come dey confused. Now say okay, make I carry this person come studio, make we come even discuss the way and the manner where and the position where men dey for the society today. I love this oga so much. He don come our show before, and I say we say make we still carry and come back again. We can discuss men matter because right now into the kind ministry where they represent men, as in men advocate, for men advocate for men's health and men's well-being. And I this oga dey for before he carry this advocacy thing for head, I don't know wetin he see. So now make we go all that one. Now we will ask him as the show dey progress today. Ladies and gentlemen, make I not waste on our time too much. I get my own very own Omo'ba Peju Akinyemi inside our studio today in advocate for men's rights and men's well-being. In a season author, he carry one book come out, and part of the thing we're going to discuss for the show today. Now this new book when just carry come out, and he writes many things about men and the position where men supposed to occupy for the society of this modern day. Ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause, we can help me welcome my very own brother, in a seasoned journalist, and in our Gakpatapata, be the president of a Cornerstone
Outreaches.
Cornerstone Outreaches. So I beg a round of applause for Omo'ba Peju.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Doctor, for having me. So, it's nice to be here again.
Honestly, we don't dey pursue you, Tete. This man busy.
You be my running mate.
No, I don't want to be running mate.
As you dey pursue me now.
Not be
You be my running mate.
Not be smarting.
Anyway, it's nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
And I must say you are doing a great job. I want to salute your tenacity and your resilience.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Now, people like us, we always they talk and they give us the mind and the courage to they go on with waiting they do. Make we not waste time too much because I know say you get so many other places where you won't go. As you say, you they send email with your phone messages. Since make we not waste your time. Omo'ba Peju Akinyemi.
Yeah.
And when I read about you, I discover say at a very tender age, 6 years old, you never, I'm not sure, 6 years old after I never finished primary school.
I was actually 6 years. I was in primary 1.
6 years now, primary 1 because now 7 years we didn't start primary. You damn me say you quick start. 6 years old.
As my hand don't reach yet.
So
like this
you started school at primary school at age 6. That was at that same point you lost your father.
Yeah.
You understand? So that period, you understand, of that trial, did you at any point come to a place where you say, had it been my father was alive?
Yes, frankly speaking, I would say yes, because the place of a father in the life of a child is irreplaceable. Yes, that's the truth. It's irreplaceable. So, but you know, the interesting thing is that at 6 years, what do you know? Do you understand? I only knew that everyone woke up in the middle of the night, crying, weeping all over the place. What happened now? You understand? 6-year-old. So I remember I was asking my stepbrother, I keep saying, what happened? He said, I think he was about a year or so, older than me. So he understood a little better than me. And so he said, our father has passed. I said, so where did they take him to? Was that the next question? I didn't understand what I was saying. So the next thing, like, they took us away from the house, took us to my mom's friend's place, and then brought us back. And then we saw him, packaged, put in a, coffin. So just, what is happening? What's all this? Anyway, to cut a long story short, that episode passed. But you see, the reality started dawning a couple of years afterwards, as I was maturing in age. So the gap was showing. You understand? Someone used to be here, is no longer here. Someone used to play this role, is no longer playing the role. Those days, my father was such a responsible man. I pay tribute to his memory. And to the glory of God, it will be 45 years this year that I passed. I said I was 6, and that was July 1980. So this is 2025. It will be 45 years that I passed. So I'm above 50 now. So, but you see, when reality started dawning, like provision, we were a polygamous family, 3 wives, multiple children. So it was to your tent, O Israel, for all the children, go to your mother, because it was only the mother that was there. The family that promised heaven on earth were nowhere to be found.
Typical African.
Do you understand?
Family.
Yes. So they were nowhere to be found. So everyone fell back to their mothers. And fortunately and unfortunately, my mom was the quote and unquote richest among the wives, and we were 7. So the burden was so much. So that's when he started telling. Unfortunately, it was around the time the immediate president of Nigeria, toppled the civilian administration in 1979, 80. So we started paying school fees. So payment of school fees became Herculean task. 35 naira. Then 35 naira, we couldn't pay food, we couldn't afford. I remember those days I would take gari, you put salt here. You lick it with your tongue, and then you throw gari.
Life.
But here we are. We thank God.
We thank God. We thank God. Well done. Why I like I said earlier on, I specifically wanted you to come on this show at this point in time because we are celebrating Father's Day. Yeah. You understand, and apparently Father's Month, if we can call it.
Yeah, like shout out to the fathers.
So you recently took up an advocacy mission. Let me call it a mission. You are now an advocate for men's rights, and well-being. What did you see that made you go into this kind of an advocacy?
Okay, you see, it's actually multifaceted. Perhaps God allowed what happened to me, to open my eyes to the gap that the absence of a father, can create in the life of a child, and the, implication on the life of the child whenever he grows up, maybe gets married, and the implication on the larger society, at large. So, growing up without a father, of course, like I said, I didn't grow up with a mentor, so to say. I didn't grow up with someone who feels my pulse. My mom is loving, she's still alive anyway. My mom is almost 100 now. Wow. You understand? So, my mom is loving, caring, but you see, there is a role of a father. The masculinity there. You see, God did not make a mistake by creating man and woman. It is balance. The man has his role, the woman has his role. So when the woman plays her role 100% and the role of the man is missing, you cannot have a wholesome child. Forget the fact that, some people will say, I raise my children alone, women. Kudos to them. I'm not trying to demean their effort. And they say, today all of them are doing well. Yes. But you need to ask them if there is no yearning in them that is craving for the place of a father that has never been felt. They grew up like that. It's a craving that is inside. So you will need to penetrate the heart of the child before he or she reveals to you and say, frankly speaking, I struggled growing up because my father was never there. Today is a doctor, is a lawyer, but that gap still shows in his or her life. Go and check it. That child cannot be wholesome. God is not an author of confusion. If there is no need for a father in the life of a child, then God will make a woman become pregnant by herself and raise the child by herself. Even in the case of our Lord Jesus Christ, God, so to say, impregnated Mary, but he needed Joseph to help raise the Savior. So is God an author of confusion? To play that fatherly role, such that when Herod threatened the life of Jesus, it was Joseph he spoke to carry the child and run away to Egypt. If Joseph was not there, what would have happened to Jesus? Would have been doomed. So this is what I have realized. And then coupled with the fact that, you see, the picture or the true identity of men, we are currently struggling with identity. We currently have identity crisis. We don't even know who we are, because our wives, the identity to the wife, due respect to all our wives, they are wonderful, is that you are a provider. Provide, I'm fine. In fact, to your children, you are a provider. To your maybe aged mother, family member, just keep providing. That's the role of a man. Then a man is that man that stands, receive bullets for everybody. Do you understand? And then he must not cry. I receive bullet for child A, child B, child C, depending on the number of children that you have. Receive bullet for your wife, receive bullet for your mom, receive bullet for your dad, if he is still alive, maybe for your staff members in your office. Do you understand? So imagine man taking so much in, and then you say he should not cry. Men don't cry. Come on, man up. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the true definition of man has been distorted. So right now, men lacks emotion. Men lacks feelings. Men have actually lost themselves in the quest to fit into the mold that the society erroneously created. Man is now defined by how much money you have in your bank account, what kind of car you ride, the kind of house you live in. Can you sponsor your children or your family on a foreign holiday? You understand what I'm saying? Then man is measured by how many rounds he can go on a woman. Yes, and so that has pushed a lot of men into taking all kinds of things, destroying their lives, because they want to prove to that woman that I'm a man. Do you understand? Then man wants to pretend not to feel pain, even though he's going through so much. Remember, I told you we are taking so many bullets from all. Do you understand?
Everywhere.
From right, left, front,
From
and back,
every
and
angle.
center. We are receiving the bullet, but we are being told to man up. So when man keeps manning up and he gets to a level he can no longer take it, what happens? Implosion. Then man says, "Kakakile ku, ile asha." You know, in Yoruba parlance. What I'm trying to say is, okay, let me just throw in the towel. And then he goes commit suicide. So go and check the statistics of suicide rates globally. Over 75 to 80% men committing suicide. And go and check. Why are men committing suicide? Most of these issues are traceable to the distorted identity of a man.
And you know, that brings us to my next part of this conversation, because when we are talking about man, I truly feel for man. Because the society...
We feel for ourselves.
Yeah, we feel for ourselves, honestly speaking. Because the society today has been, you know, the value of a man in the society today is on a drastic decline. There is no argument about that. The values of men are really declining. You understand? And this is because of the society has been able, you understand, to distort, like you said, rearrange and redesign. You get what I'm saying now? They have been able to redesign or draft a kind of narrative that has made man ordinary. Ordinary man. You get what I'm saying now? And this has actually caused a lot of damages in society. Like you said, some men like now, they don't really have emotions. You understand? They treat, that is why we see broken
The
homes.
fact is that they have.
But
You
now,
know, it's a facade. We pretend. That's why men smoke. That's why men drink. That's why they consume hard drugs to cover up. Men have
emotions.
feelings, yes, because he must not be seen to show emotion, because he's a man. But Bible says, and Jesus wept. And Jesus wept.
Okay, so
And Jesus is a man.
what position is that leaving our society today? Why, when I say what position is it leaving our society, you know, putting man in this kind of a caged and a boxed, you know, place. You understand, where you cannot show your emotion, you swallow up everything, you bottle up everything. You understand? Now, how much is it costing?
The society,
us as a
unfortunately, the society is the worst for it. Yes. Now, number one, you have now produced an absentee father.
Good.
Who says, I'm doing everything to provide for you. You don't have to see me in the house. Because he has been told he's a provider. You understand? And he doesn't want to fail in that responsibility. So he goes all out and labor and labor and labor to provide.
For the family.
For the family. He's not there for the children. He's not there for the wife. Even he does not enjoy whatever he has labored for. In some cases, man goes to the extreme of going into money ritual, doing all kinds of illegal things just to make money, to meet up with the expectation that I am a provider. And that is why when you see men today, once we are able to provide for our family, we feel fulfilled. Yes, much as that is good, that is not all that it entails to be a man. Do you understand? And so, man, absentee father, number one. Number two, then you now have a man who is entitled. I provide everything. So when the wife is in the kitchen, he stretches his legs on the table. He's reading newspaper or he's watching TV. You understand? And then you say, dear, can't you come and assist me? He says, are you mad?
Are you normal?
Is everything okay with you? So after leaving the house in his morning and coming back in the night, paying for the, subscribing for pay TV, for I don't want to mention name. All these all stuffs in the house, paying school fees, out rent, all that, fueling car. So you still want me to assist you in the kitchen? Do you understand? So you create a man who is responsible financially, but cannot assist in the chores. So we have pressure on the women. That's why women are complaining now. Forgetting that you drove the man to work his ass out to provide. So when he's doing that, he believes that he has passed 100%. So this one is a borrowed course. I don't necessarily have to pass it. So he's not responsible to you. He's not there for the children. The children needs a father figure, someone they can talk to, someone they can confide in. But the man is not available. So absentee father, an entitled man. Number 3, he creates a man who is egoistic. You understand? The wife cannot say anything. Come on, shut up. I paid your dowry. Yes, because the society creates the impression that once you have the money, then you are a man. So he goes to work hard. I don't want to mention a particular tribe that will get married very late because they will work very hard because it costs so much to pay the dowry of a woman. And so when he eventually marries the woman, he sees her as an acquisition, a possession. Sit down there. Come on, shut up. I'm talking, you are talking. And then from there, egoistic. Number 3, right? Yeah. Now, it now leads to domestic violence. When the woman now wants to say, if she's fortunate to be somebody who is exposed or who is a bit educated, she now say, what are you talking about? Can't I talk? Wow. Talking, you are talking. Give me your car key. He bought the car. Do you understand? He's now egoistic. But the society is complaining. But who is to be blamed? The society. You create the monster. You created that man. You turn the man into a monster. You are telling him, provide. Now you are saying he's not there. He's not available. He's not assisting me. And then some women will say, he's not showing me love. He's not telling me I love you. The man says, I love you. I bought you a car. I pay for your wig. I bought you clothes. I take care of the children. How else do I tell you I love you? As far as he's concerned, your definition of love is that I meet your needs. I am meeting it. So
what else?
What else? So can you see where the issue lies? So if a man or if man is properly redefined and restored to his original identity, then you realize that the society will be okay. We will not have an absentee father because right now he realizes, oh, I have a wife or a society who understands that much as I'm to provide, it is not exclusively my responsibility. Marriage is a partnership. That's the truth. And I make bold to say that.
Marriage is a partnership. Yes. So yes. We will go into the marriage. But I know we've been talking about man. You understand? Now we want to really delve into father.
Okay.
You understand? And because the book, The Hidden Treasures of a Father,
yeah.
That is what is leading us into this
conversation.
Next part of the conversation.
Okay. Yeah.
But make una not go anywhere. We will take this short break now. When we come back, we will come tell you now who man be and who father be. Whether man is equal to father or father is equal to man. And we will tell you now when we come back after this short break.
Welcome to Zaki for Men Only. We are a brand and redefined bespoke wares for men. We are a brand with a total difference in fashion. Our clients' fashion sense and satisfaction is our utmost priority. We specialize in executive tailoring, wedding suits, ethnic fashion, casuals, and accessories. For bookings and inquiries, 08028612610. Instagram, Zaki4Men Only. Facebook page, Zaki4Men Only.
All right, now welcome back again. This is still the portmanteau today. We want to first of all say very big thank you to all of now where don't subscribe, give us for YouTube. We dey appreciate you now. Those of now where they follow us for Facebook, we say thank you. Those of now where they follow us on X, where be Twitter before, we say thank you. Those of now where they follow us too for TikTok. Now say talk, carry your program, come TikTok now. We don't carry enter TikTok now. Many of now don't follow us, and we say thank you. Those of now where never follow us on any of our social media platform, including YouTube. All the address of our social media platforms just the roll for the screen now. Try locate them, join us, subscribe, give us for YouTube, press that notification button where be like bell. So from there, you say go join the list of VIP where go the first they receive every alert of the new episodes when we dey drop on top the show. You get things where you want promote, or you get program where you want make the world follow you hear about. You get business where be like say no they really do well, and you want publish am, you want make people follow you, they hear about your market or your business. Carry and come give us on top the portmanteau today. Make we help you put mouth, make we loud down for you so that the whole world go know wetin you dey do, and so your business go begin dey progress as you want am to be. Those of una wey get any agenda wey dey pursue or agenda wey you dey try push give public, carry and come give us on top the portmanteau today. Make we help you push am. Before we push am from here to here, you see say your agenda don pick up straight. Na so make we not talk too much. We still get our oga Omo'ba Peju Akinyemi inside our studio today. In advocate for men's well-being. He don tell us so many things about men since we opened this program. Oga Peju, thank you so very much. Yeah, we wan carry you enter your book, the recent book where you launch, Hidden Treasures of a Father.
Yeah.
You understand that book? Me, I don read am.
Okay,
thank you, sir. I no go lie give you. I don read am, and since I read am, e don redirect my orientation about certain things. You know, where as a man, where our I wan put our papa dem in the olden days,
they no sabi,
where they no know those things where dem plant inside of us. Say as a man, this is what you beg. Your book now, when I read some things where you write inside the book, it don't make me come to reorientate myself in all those perspective. But one thing where catch my attention for that book, you say it's not every man that can be called a father. Not be every man. Now they feel called father. But the general societal perspective, once you are a man, you are regarded as a father. Either you have a child or not, you are regarded as a father. You understand? Then you still went further to say it's not every man that has a child or that has children, is qualified to be a father. The thing confused me small. You fit take help us talk a little bit more on this point.
Okay. So it's very simple.
Yeah.
It is not every man that is a father. Neither is it every man who has children who is qualified to be called a father. Because fatherhood is not just a title, neither is it an award or honor that is conferred on you because you have children. Fatherhood is a job description. It is a role that you play. I don't know if you get it now. It's as simple as that. God gave us a job. The role is that of a father.
Okay.
The job is to raise godly children. Sound, balanced, rounded children.
Okay.
Until you are intentional and conscious in the pursuit and fulfillment of this divine assignment. You are not a father. You can be a provider. Can I shock you? Jesus had a conversation with I'm a pastor, so don't mind me.
We all know now.
I'm a marketplace.
Una no know. Everybody knows you be pastor now.
So Jesus had a conversation with his disciples in the book of Matthew 16 verse 13.
Okay.
He asked them a question. He said, "Who do men say I am?" And then all kinds of answers, when Jesus has conversations like that. So all kinds of responses. And then Peter said, "You are Jesus, the Son of God." And Jesus said, "Flesh and blood has not revealed this to you." Now, what is the import of that to this conversation? Is the fact that, you see, fathers, thank God we are commemorating Father's Day 2025. We need to sit down with our children and ask them, who am I to you? It is the response they give you that will tell you whether what you think you are is truly what you are. To some of them, you are just a provider. To some of them, you are a nanny. To some of them, you are an uncle. To some of them, you are a neighbor. To some of them, you are even a philanthropist. You are just donating money, school fees. I don't know if you understand.
Down deep.
Yes, because that is a role you have been playing. Do you understand? You are not fathering them. You are providing for them. Do you understand? So anybody can provide.
But wait,
don't we have scholarship organizations?
Wait.
They pay school fees now.
Oga, me wait first. Wait. When the core responsibility of a man, as described,
Of a father, we have moved from man now to father.
Of a father,
Yeah.
as described, and as we grow up with, and as we know, is that provide for your family, protect your family.
Thank you.
You understand?
Yeah.
And then oversee, you understand, putting check and balances on the way your children are being raised and nurtured. You understand?
Yeah.
That is the peculiar.
You have just mentioned 3. Before you said core is provision.
Yeah.
Now you are
Yes,
now
now,
aligning with my position.
Wait. Provide checks and balances.
Yeah.
You understand? But like what you are telling us now,
Yeah.
that is deeper
Than that.
than that.
Yeah.
Then how did we come to this point of digging it more deeper than the core responsibilities as it has been laid onto a man or a father?
Okay. If you go to the book of Genesis 18 verse 19, God said something about Abraham. He said, I know Abraham, my servant. He is going to raise his children.
Okay.
Did he say provide for his children? Because provision is basic. That's what we are saying. That one is basic.
Okay.
It is not the real thing we are talking about. You will provide. We expect that. He says, I have chosen, I have seen, I have known Abraham, my servant, that he will raise his children and his family to follow after my precept and my law, to do my will, that I may fulfill my promises that I've given unto him, or that I've made to him. So we are saying that a father is someone who raises wholesome children. One of the ways you raise a child is by provision, but it is not the major role of a father. That's what we are trying to say. So it's like this. You are offering a course, and you are told you have 5 courses, and then you pass 1 or 2, then you fail others. Will you graduate?
No.
That's what we are saying. You won't be conferred with the honor of attending that course or that program. That's what we are saying. That so because you provide does not make you a father. You can just be a philanthropist. You can be a neighbor. You can be an uncle. You can even be a sperm donor. Because the child does not see you as his father. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Now, the connection between a child and a man that makes him regard the man as a father is deeper than those things we see on the surface. Okay, so can you please just take us through a few of them? Okay. We don't have too much time, but just take us through. Yes, in this book now, I've been able to highlight a number of them. Okay. So what I've done is that from the acronym of father, FATHER, I have created, the roles of a father in the life of his children. So number 1, a father is first a friend. A father is a friend. In Africa, your papa be your friend. For where? Who born monkey? I was still telling somebody recently. I was in a conversation with somebody. I said, if my father sits here, I dare not sit like. How do I measure it now? If my father sits meters here, apart,
like 15, 20 meters.
Why?
That's where I must be.
Why? Because there is an impression that a father is a lion of a tribe of his family. So when they hear that is on, pam, pam, everybody take position. Clean the lion of a tribe of our family has arrived. No, a father is a friend to his children. That's the number 1 role of a father. What we are saying is fatherhood redefined. That's what we are saying. That's why we said the hidden treasures of a father. We are trying to bring out the treasures that a man should possess that will qualify him to be called a father in deed and in truth. So number 1, he is a friend. He is not the African father that the child sees coming and then he picks race.
He runs away.
No, you are not a lion.
Takes a cover.
He's a friend. Are we saying because of that a father should not be firm or disciplined? No. You can still be loving. You know, our God that we serve, he is also is a loving God, but he's also a consuming fire. Is he not? Yeah. So it depends on which side of God you want to see part-time. So if you see me with my children now, we joke, we play, but when there is time for discipline, I switch to the other side. You understand? So it's like that. So you are a friend, first and foremost. Number two, you are an advisor. A father is the first children's advisor. So when your children have problems or issues or challenges or fears or concerns, who do they talk to? You must have won their trust, their confidence that you are the first point of call. So if you are not, then you are failing in your responsibility. And of course, you know that to be an advisor, you must be available. Definitely. So we can also say that A, you know, we start with friend F, A, an advisor, and then you must be available. And then T is a teacher. Genesis 18:19. I have known Abraham, my servant. He will train his children. You are the trainer. You are the teacher. But in Africa, it is the duty of the woman to train the child. No. It is the duty of both parents. The father set the rules, like you said. He now provides check and balance. The mother implements. But the father is there also. Okay. Performing oversight function like our National Assembly will do. Yes. The mother is the executive. Okay. You understand? But the father creates the rules. Yes. Do you understand now? He is both the the judiciary and the judiciary and the legislative together. Yeah. That's what the father represents. The mother executes. So he is also the teacher. And for a teacher teaches by who? By example. And teacher teach by giving. You know, a teacher must be down to earth. So for a true father, your children must be able, you must be approachable, accessible. They must be able to ask you, things that are close to their hearts. If they can't, when Jesus was going to be crucified, and he went to the mountain to pray, he got to a point he couldn't talk to anyone. He confided in his father and said, Father, I wish that this cup will pass me by. That's a father and son conversation.
In short, father and child
conversation. That's what we are talking about. You will see that Jesus always goes to the mountain to pray. What does he go to do? Private time with his father. When God created Adam and Eve, what was he doing in the evening? He was always coming down to their level. He will leave heaven, come to the earth. Do you know the distance?
Okay. You know this part of this conversation now.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. I'm buying into it.
Okay.
But this present generation.
Yeah.
You understand? Children, especially those that are like young adults these days in their teens, growing into young adults, most of the time they just believe that they can just internet, they get whatever advice they want to get, they get whatever direction.
I don't believe so. I don't believe so.
But most of them live their lives that way.
It is the reality. The Bible says, teach a child the way he should go. When he grows, he will not depart. You see, what you are saying is the reality and the effect of fathers who didn't tick these boxes,
who were not available,
who were not friendly, who were not the advisor. So when you don't advise, the children need answers, so they will look for it anywhere now. That's what is happening. That one is the effect of a father that was not fulfilling his role. My son will talk to me, or my children will talk to me rather than Google. That's the truth.
Basic.
Because we have created the atmosphere from the beginning. That's what we are talking about. So when you see any child going online, it is just the implication of the fact that some fathers have left gaps. So the children are looking for anything, anywhere they can get answers. There are so many questions on the minds of the children. When I engage my children in conversation, we can be on it 3-4 hours. I don't mind. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Why don't I mind? Because if I don't answer those questions, they will go elsewhere and may be misled. Yeah. There is a hero. You see, the man, he does things. Jesus said something. He says, I do nothing of my own. He says, anything you see me do is what I've seen my father done. What does that tell you?
Basic.
I copy my father. So your children copies you. Like father, like son. So when your children sees you progressing, doing well, loving God, they will progress, they will do well, they will love God. Because they have seen you doing it. You are their hero. Last year, I wrote books. 3 books. One of it is this.
The hidden treasures of the father.
And my son said, my father cannot write 3 books. And me, I will not write. He just finished writing his book.
Wow.
To mark his 18 years birthday.
Wow.
From childhood to adulthood. And I was reading through the book. Even me, I was dazed that, wow, you actually wrote this?
Yes.
Do you understand? And the book is even more voluminous than my own book. So you see what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Hero. So the things you achieve, they want to do it. That's why when you see movies, you see fathers do something, you see children doing the same thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you are the hero. You are their first celebrity. They shouldn't see a model in a musician or a comedian or somebody on TV. You are their first hero. You are their first celebrity. And then we are on hero age. Then you are exemplary. A father does not teach the children by the word of mouth. You teach the child by action. What you want them to do, do it. I wrote 3 books. I didn't tell my child to write. He went ahead. He has written his own book. At 18. Me, I didn't write my book at 18. I wrote my first book, I think, at 30-something. I never came out, the manuscript. Wow. My first book ever was when I was 50 years. My own son has written a book at 18. 50 minus 18. 32 years. So, because I did it, he closed for him the gap of 32 years. So, you are exemplary. You are an example to the child. He watches you. You are not saying, do as I say. Don't do as I do. No. You don't want him to lie? Don't lie. You don't want him to smoke? Don't smoke. You don't want him to drink? Don't drink. You don't want him to womanize? Don't womanize. You don't want him to do Yahoo? Don't do Yahoo. Do you understand?
Yeah,
and then lastly, you are his role model. Now, this is all encompassing. When he sees you, he sees God. You are the God model in the child. That's why you will hear in the Bible, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They are all following the footsteps of their previous fathers. So the challenge we have in the society today is that we have fathers whose identity was lost, whose identity was distorted, who has lost himself, who is a wanderer on the face of the earth, and so they are producing children in their likes. That's why we are where we are today.
So in just few minutes, what are the recovery paths for a father? You know, like you said, those are the kind of fathers you just mentioned or you just described that we are having everywhere today. You understand? So what are the recovery paths?
Okay. So number 1, a man should first find God. You see, that is not negotiable because God made us. Whether you believe God or not is not, that one is not an argument. God made you. If you don't believe in God, then I need to ask you, how did you get here? You fell from the sky? So you need to find God. Now, when you find God, how do you find God? You don't go to heaven to find God. His word. John 1:1 says, in the beginning was the Word was a God, and the Word was God. So, the Bible is our manual. This product, I'm sure, came with a manual.
Yes.
If not, you won't be able to operate it.
At all.
So we are humans. A man of God was saying it at a conference recently, that when you don't function, when you don't go through the manual of any product, it will malfunction. So men are currently malfunctioning because they are not being operated with their users' manual. And the late Miles Monroe says, when the purpose of anything is not known, abuse becomes inevitable. I could remove this now and start eating it on this table, and I'm drumming. But is it meant to be a drumstick? No, it's a microphone. But supposing it came without a user manual, then I won't be wrong using it to beat
drum.
to drum. As simple as that. So we need to find God, find his word, and then detach ourselves from the distorted identity that has been created. Men will redefine men by themselves. After you have found God and you have found his word, you will redefine yourself. Come out of the box you have been put inside. You are not just a provider. You are not anybody's ATM. Yes. You are not anybody's ATM. Yes, you should provide for your family, but you are not an ATM. You won't kill yourself because you want to provide. You will not disobey God because you want to provide.
Wow.
You will not sin because you want to provide. You are only a man. You are not God. You are also human. You have emotion. And the man should learn to speak up. The major problem with man is that we rather keep it to ourselves than say it. And that's why you see us putting on a lot of facade, drinking, smoking, doing all manner of things just to cover up for the issue. And then when we get overwhelmed, men goes and commit suicide because they can't face the shame. They feel I've disappointed my wife, I've disappointed my children, God forbid, I've disappointed the society. So the next thing is, let me just pack it up. Men should learn to speak up. So, and this is the reason why I'm advocating for men at this time. Men, let us learn to speak up. You are just a man. You are not God. You are human. You have flesh and blood. You have emotions. Don't pretend as if you don't have it. So, if you are a man, as we mark the 2025 Men's Day, Father's Day, please, you are going through a challenge. You reach out to Talk. Reach out to us. We are willing to come together, solve the problems. We are not competing with women, neither are we trying to shy away from our responsibility, but we want to break out of the box that men has been forced into. We didn't enter into it. The society forced men into those boxes. When the Bible was talking about provision in the Bible in Timothy, people say anyone who cannot provide for his family. And I've seen a lot of great men of God preach these scriptures, and with due respect to them, and I say, what are you talking about? This scripture is talking about sharing of food in the church among widows. And he's saying anyone, not any man, anyone who cannot provide for his own family is not better than an infidel. He's talking about children, widows who have children, and that the children should be responsible to them. He's not talking about man. He's not talking about marriage. He's not talking about provision between, husband and wife. And then a lot of people are misquoting these scriptures till today. It's a box. We have to break loose from it. Am I saying men should not provide? No, I'm a provider in my family. But I will not be put in a box. And so we should not put ourselves in a box. So men performs 100%, quote and unquote, providing, and then they fail the other courses. Is that a father? He's not a father. He's not fulfilling his calling. You understand? You are supposed to get at worst average. We have said father, F-A-T-H-E-R. Are you a friend? Are you an advisor? Are you a teacher? Are you your children hero? Are you exemplary? Are you responsible? So he must pass all the courses. Not passing provision and then you say he's a man. Or you claim you are a man. You are failing. Your identity is distorted.
I see you're passionate, very passionate about helping the man out of this box that the society has actually placed man, because it's so painful when you see the way men are being treated these days, especially fathers in the home. Some time ago you organized, we have about 3 minutes to wrap this program. Some time ago you organized the men's summit. You understand that we have top men of God coming to speak at that summit. I remember Pastor Abraham
Ojeme, all the way from Abuja.
All the way from Abuja was a speaker. When are we having another thing like this?
Right now, what we are doing this year to commemorate Father's Day is to have an online reading session of this book. So I'm going to share the link. I will share with you, then you can share with our viewers. So we want to do a reading session to encourage, people find it difficult right now to read.
To read.
Exactly. So we want to encourage them to read. share some of the insight from this book, encourage them to get their copies, not necessarily because we want to sell.
Yeah.
The whole idea is that, you see, we have spoken about manual. This is like an operating manual for a father. And so when you get it, you will function well.
That's true. True. So, quick one, sir. Which one do you prefer, swallow or chew?
Swallow now. I'm an Ijebu man. You give me a birikpo with a goosey.
You are our second guest saying swallow. Okay.
I'm a proud Remo man from Ogun State of Nigeria. Swallow a birikpo.
Until I get somebody that will say chew before I will give out what I want to give out.
So I just lost a gift. But you didn't tell me before.
Do I need to tell you that?
Yeah.
Thank you so very much, Omo'ba Peju Akinyemi, for always honoring our call. Thank you so much. All right, our people, now I don't see so the book link description there on top of our screen now. Those of now where get interest for the book, you won't buy the book, get in touch with us. In contact also there on the link now. You can reach him. As a man, you get anything where they trouble you, you want somebody to counsel you. He's a man's counselor too. You fit reach him in contact, everything there on top of our screen now. Those of now where they watch us for the first time, this na the portmanteau today. Not forget say our address, our link to our YouTube channel just today on top of our screen now. Go follow us on top YouTube, go subscribe, tick that like button, and then tick that bell button. You don't join the set of VIP where they receive the alert of every new episode where we they drop on top the show. Omo'ba Peju Akinyemi, we want to say very big thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me,
call
sir.
You again
to be my
because
honor.
We know you are a politician, you are into so many things,
Yeah.
you are a public analyst. And so when issues that we need your advice comes up, we'll always bring you up again. We brought you
I'll
up
always
because
be
of
at
this
your
book.
service.
Thank you so very much. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, sir, for having me.
Thank
God
you
bless
so
you,
very
sir.
much. All right, now so we'll go take one generator.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Now so we'll go take one generator on top of the show. Not forget, say you be Niger. Anywhere where you find yourself, make you dey rep this country well. Not follow them put hand for waiting go spoil this country name. Not do drugs because you don't get any better thing.
I think it's good to round up by saying Happy Father's Day to the men out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, all the men out there, two of us, we are saying
Happy Father's Day.